Greetings, lost souls. Welcome, weary travelers, and a salute to all seekers of truths unknown. I'm your host, the Blogfather, and this is Paranormal Investigations, where we take a deep dive into all things spooky. When we left off, we were discussing the Red Book. So, with no further delay, we're going to jump right back into it with the Vlad Tepish connection. Let's go.
The Red Book of Appin, a lost grimoire that may have had two famous authors, one being Vlad Tepish, or Vladimir Dracula. So let's dive into it. On the west coast of Scotland, in a town called Appin, some say that the Red Book had been dictated by Vlad Tepish himself to some monk, Kirill. This can't be proven, but what can be proven is the devil worshipping of the great Romanian general. What is also well known is that this document, enwrapped in blood-red leather of some unknown creature, according to rumors, that was one of the lower demons invoked by Vlad specifically for this purpose, was kept by the English merchant Joseph Appin, which is how the book got its name. Joseph Appin died in 1689 and bequeathed to bury it together with him. Afterward, two of his sons dug up his grave in order to retrieve the book and ascertain its secrets, but it was already gone. It's believed that it was stolen by some descendants of Vlad and since then imparted from father to son until 1869 when it fell into the hands of the Hungarian secret community Tremelush, which afterwards turned to one of the branches of the Great Black Lodge. This copy was imparted to the pontificate of the lodge under Johann Kellenheim in 1901. Okay, before we go any further, let's take a look back at Vlad and his legend to see if there's any collaboration between the two. Vlad III, also known as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracula, was voivode of Wallachia 3 times between 1448 and his death in 1477. He was and still is considered one of the most important rulers of Wallachia and is a national hero in Romania. He's related to Queen Elizabeth through his great-grandmother, Mary of Teck, who was grandmother to Britain's current ruler, Queen Elizabeth II, and was queen during the reign of King George V. While surrounded by enemies that included the Hungarians, the Ottomans, and even the Wallachian nobility and his younger brother, Vlad employed extremely cruel measures that inspired fear. This earned him his nickname by impaling his enemies on stakes. Born in Transylvania as the second son to the nobleman Vlad Dracul, he took the name Dracula, meaning son of Dracul, when he was initiated into the Order of the Dragon, a secret Christian order of knights. In Romanian, Dracul means red dragon. What's interesting to me is that the book was thought to be bound in the leather skin of some lower demon, possibly a dragon. Although we can't say for certain that Vlad dictated or was in possession of the Red Book, what can be proven is Vlad was an occultist, and he too learned and possibly used the dark crafts. He was rumored to have the ability to recreate and summon the forest of the impaled, also to have the ability to transform into a vampire bat. Legends aside, he was known to bathe in the blood of his enemies, which rained down from the corpse that he staked outside of his castle. Other times he ate his meals beneath them. So, to my standing knowledge of the occult, what he was doing was a blood ritual of some form of blood magic. To quote Kellenheim, the further destiny of the original is unknown. It's written in the purest version of the Enochian language, in comparison with which the language of John Dee is just a pitiable, seamless murmuring and not with Enochian symbols, but with Latin letters, which confirms the version of the writing of it being by the monk, unfamiliar with the heavenly language. John Dee is another historical figure of occult renown. To fully cover John Dee and his occult connections requires an entire episode to himself, and we will get back to him in his Enochian or angelic language. What is known is Vlad was born in 1431 in Transylvania, now Romania, and he died in 1476. He was voivode or military governor or prince of Wallachia. He was second born of four brothers in the noble family of Dracul, a title given Vlad's father after joining the Order of the Dragon created by his Holy Roman Emperor Sigismund to defend Europe against the Ottoman Empire. Vlad and his younger brother were sent to the court of the Ottoman Sultan Murad II as collateral to assure the Sultan that their father would support his policies. Vlad returned in 1445 after his father's assassination. Vlad would reclaim the voivodate after an 8-year struggle, and it is here that we see Vlad use the tactics that he would become remembered for to this day. Who was the wife of Dracula? Not much is known about the first wife of Vlad Tepes, other than the two were madly in love, and this was truly uncommon for marriage during the medieval era. They were very loyal to each other. Vlad trusted his wife in his absence, while fighting to rule in his stead. Rumor has it that on such an occasion, Vlad was away when word reached his wife that he died in battle. Now assuming herself to be truly alone, she went to the highest cliff and threw herself from it. Vlad then returned to find his wife dead. And here's where the legend splinters, with one such story claiming that it was servants of Vlad who conspired to kill the Lady Dracula, and others attributing the conspiring to his younger brother, and others still that claimed the lady as well as Vlad engaged in various forms of witchcraft and black magic rituals. Sadly, after Elizabeth's death, Vlad would remarry Justina of Corvinus bloodline, who would be mother to his son Mercia, who was murdered along with his father. For now, I think I'll end things on that note. Join us next time where I will conclude with Satan's Lost Grimoire and my summation. Remember, if you have anyone interested in this type of stuff, send them my way. Continue to do the YouTube things, like, share, and subscribe. Turn the notifications on. Thank you.